Hello, my fellow chatterers and avid readers, and anyone else who is here because you're curious or you're lost. I'm Chatty and welcome to my channel, Chatty the Mad Chatter. Today we have another readathon because I can't resist a readathon. This one is the Magical Creatures readathon from Shelf Space. So I've mentioned Shelf Space quite a few times. It is a Discord book group, book chat place. It's mainly full of fantasy and sci-fi lovers. They have other tastes as well, but that tends to be the majority of the things. It started off by Jessie Mae as a fantasy and sci-fi book club. And there's lots of other buddy reads and things going on there, and they tend to do a couple of readathons each year. And this is the summer one, and it's Magical Creatures. Once again, I will be doing this in one shot, and as I can't do editing, I cannot put any lovely pictures or even a picture of the bingo board. I will link the Shelf Space Discord as always on the channel. I will also link a couple of the people who are part of it's like a community that run it of booktubers. So I'll link a couple of them that have done a video where it'll explain it a little bit more about what's going on. It's quite a chilled out readathon. It's just filling in a bingo board. You can read as little or as many as you like. So I will link Kate from the Literary Apothecary and Abby from Abby Salter. They've done videos for the readathon and have more details about it. But instead, I'm going to turn this into a Guess the Animal game. So I've finished half term. My children are going back to school. If you're watching this as a break from studying or because you're bored during your lunch break, why not play Guess the Animal? No, Guess the Magical Creature with me. So let's start. So first of all, guess this magical creature. Any ideas what that magical creature could be? It was a dragon. I was quite obviously breathing fire and flapping wings. So the prompt for this book is read a book with fire on the cover or in the title. What better book than The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Brûlé. This is a YA thriller. It looks very much like it could be a fantasy, but it is not. It is a thriller. The protagonist is of Indigenous heritage and spends time between town, city, place and the reservation. And there is some sort of mystery or murder that she helps to solve and discover. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this. I'm so excited to read this. It's on my June TBR. It's in a couple of prompts for some of the other readathons that I'm doing. I'm so excited, and the cover is, of course, absolutely gorgeous if the lighting will let us look at it without the glare. So there we go, first book. Ready for the next one. That was Cerberus, the three-headed dog of the underworld. So for this one, we need to read a book that's part of a trilogy, hence the three heads. I'm reading A Conjuring of Light, which is the third book in the Shades of Magic trilogy. So I have been reading one of these a month along with Jessie from the Sleepy Koala and Sylvan Princess on the Discord chat. And they have been enjoyable, but I haven't been loving them. But we have high hopes for the third and final installment. We're hoping this is where stuff goes down. The idea of this concept of 4 Londons kind of all comes together and stuff happens. Stuff has happened before, but we just felt more could have been made out of it. More connections between all the Londons could have been used. So I'm hopeful that I'm going to really enjoy this. I am enjoying the characters, but I just feel the plot could go deeper. So hoping that it hits all those things I'm wanting it to in the final installment. Oh, I didn't say who it's by. It's by V.E. Schwab. I think most people know this if you're a fantasy reader, and it is an adult fantasy. It's an adult urban fantasy. Okay, next one. This one includes a prop.
Nobody! Where is nobody? Nobody!
Any ideas? Obviously Cyclops, because of the eye and the Jason reference. So for Cyclops, we get to read a standalone because of his one eye. And I'm going to be reading The Secret Sunshine Project. This is a children's middle grade contemporary by Benjamin Dean. I read Me, My Dad and the End of the Rainbow last year and really enjoyed it. This is a completely different book that has water stones, beautiful sprayed edges, which I love, in rainbow colours. And this is about a family where they have to move to a completely different place, and there is not a big LGBTQ plus community there. And the protagonist's older sister is a lesbian, and she wants her to feel welcomed and find her community and feel part of it. So she wants to have the place they live celebrate Pride. So I'm very excited to be getting to that one because June is Pride Month. And next one we have any ideas, or are you totally confused as to what that was? Okay, that was me trying to be a Kraken. The tentacles and the pulling down and drowning. That's what that was. So this is The Kraken, Read an Intimidating Book. And the perfect one for this prompt is The Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb, which is the first of the Live Ship Traders, which is the second series of the Realm of the Elderlings. I'm so excited for this. Have started, I am loving it, and it will be finished by the time this video comes out because the live show is very soon and it needs to be read before the live show because I should have read this in May. But it's an intimidating book because one, it's Mahusiv, two, it's Robin Hobb, and she shows you wonderful, fantastic characters that you care about. Then bad and terrible things happen to them and you cry and you're distraught and the pain, but you kind of love it at the same time, and it's just amazing. So that's that one. Okay, next one. Not this, but this. Very, very large, very large. That's interesting interpretation. Was a direwolf, not just a normal wolf. It's bigger than the normal wolf. It's much bigger than the normal wolf. So obviously that was incredibly convincing and you all got that one. So for the direwolf, what we have to do is read a book that has multiple points of view. And fitting in perfectly with the many things I want to read in June is The Memory of Souls by Jen Lyons. This is the third book in the Chorus of Dragons series. These books so far have been told with like two different people telling the story and another person recording this as they talk about it and writing it down. I did check, it seems to have a similar format. I was just going by the top titles, and we've got at least 4 different viewpoints in here, so that works fantastically. And it's an adult epic fantasy, in case you weren't sure. The next one is Rah! Meh! Rah! Meh! I have to say this is one that I found the most complicated and had to do research on, and I have no idea how you pronounce the name. It is the Chimera, I think that's how you say it, but it's like half lion with like half goat, both heads, and a tail's a snake. So interesting. one there, but it works perfectly for the prompt they've given, which is read a genre blending book, because it's an animal made of different things. So you can read a fantasy romance or a sci-fi horror, anything that blends two genres together. And I've stuck to being very basic with this, and I've gone for the next book in the ACOTAR series, which is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, which is a fantasy romance. Next prompt.
Oi, tell your man there to be careful with my pot of gold.
Guess what that one was? I feel I need to apologise for that one. So, my appalling accent, I apologise to the whole of Ireland. That was a teeny tiny leprechaun. That's the best I could come up with. I'm sorry. Yes, so that's a leprechaun. And the prompt for a leprechaun, obviously being small, is read a book with less than 300 pages. Which Dawn Shard fits perfectly. I think it comes in at 175. Oh no, it's more than that. I have been deceived. 247. Still less than 300 pages. So that works very well. And what a nice prompt for a readathon to have a small book in there. The next one I really struggled with. I thought I was just going to ignore that one and I wasn't going to get to it because I couldn't think of anything that I had that I wanted to read in June that would fit. But I was proved very, very wrong. Okay, ready for the next prompt. Thoughts? Ideas? Which magical creature / monster was that? Well, clearly I had one head that got chopped off and 3 more took its place. So therefore I'm obviously a Hydra. And a Hydra was choose a book with a snake on the cover. And I was like, I don't have any books with a snake on the cover. There are books with snakes on the cover, but none of them are fitting kind of the things I'm trying to read in June or series I've got on the go. And then I think it was Lucia from the Shelf Space Discord chat pointed out that one of the books that I have been raving about and loving, she's like, this copy's got a snake on the cover. I was like, brilliant. This would be a snake. And on the spine, which has been sat on my bookshelf staring at me, has a snake. This is The True Queen by Zen Cho. And it is the second book in the Sorcerer Royale duology that she has. There were rumours there was a third coming. It could be wrong, but if I'm not, I'm very excited about that. I loved Sorcerer to the Crown. It was a fantastic, not most people's cup of tea, I have since discovered after raving about it so much. It was kind of not easy for people to get into because it's got a very distinct language. It's got very kind of Regency, Jane Austen, Georgette Heyer style of writing in here. It's set in Regency London / Fairyland / some, I think they are fabricated isles. I don't even think they're given a place where there is other people that kind of then ended up coming to London and were involved in the story. Anyway, it's got Fairyland. It's got one of the most amazing protagonists. I love Prunella. I did also like Zacharias as well, but I loved Prunella. So it's like Jane Austen, but without, but showing more of a reflected, diverse, normal society in which we live. So having people with different skin tones from different heritages present within the aristocracy society. Which obviously they had issue with. And the protagonist, Prunella, loved causing upset within the social conventions, which I highly enjoyed. So yeah, I'm really keen to see where the story goes in The True Queen. I am so excited about it, and I should have read it before now, but I haven't. So this fits so well. The only thing that's going to stop me reading this is not my TBR. This is not in any other readathons I have going on. It's only in this one. And I don't think I'm going to read all the books in this readathon, and this one might be sacrificed. I don't know, but I really want to read it. I really want to read it. So we will see. We will see if it happens. Okay, ready for the final prompt. Ideas? What magical creature am I currently representing rather fantastically, if I do say so? I am very clearly a unicorn, not a drunk person with a dodgy party hat. So the unicorn is the final prompt on this bingo board, and it is read a book with that features healing or a doctor. And for this one, I am going with this teeny tiny book here, Oathbringer, which is the 3rd book in the Stormlight archive. And within Stormlight, we have characters that heal themselves by Stormlight. We have characters that gifts are to help heal and grow. So I feel it fits this prompt very well indeed. And I'm very excited to continue my journey. This is the last book that I will be rereading once I have read this book. Obviously, I can then read Dawn Shard, which is another book I mentioned, which I've never read, and then Rhythm of War. It'll be very exciting. So I can't wait to read this book. It is adult epic fantasy, and if you want more information, you're going to have to look at the Storygraph link because it's so complex and involved by now. So let's get my TBR pile of books for this. So these are the books that I could read this month. 9 books, several massive books, 1 small book. So I'm probably not going to get to them. Oh, there we go, that's much better. There's no way I'm going to read all of this in 1 month. It would be crazy. It would be absolutely insane. So we'll see how well I do, how far I get. And the important thing is to have fun, which is what I will be doing. Please let me know if you're taking part in this readathon, any thoughts on these books, what you're planning on reading, if you're doing any other readathons this month, or any books that you're particularly excited about reading. Always love a chat. Happy reading, everyone.